Hey everybody, we are getting close to the end of SMB's Summer Select Sale. We're just going to be live here for the next 15 minutes or so, kind of do a quick review. We're closing in on 6 o'clock when the first horse will close, so we just want to jump on and do a quick review. As we talked about last night, if you're not exactly sure where the auction site is, you can go to smbhorsesales.com. If you land on our homepage right here, there's just a click here to bid online button right there. That will jump you into the auction site. We're going to jump in there and just kind of run through these horses real quick. There's still some bargains to be had here in this sale, so we're just going to jump in and run through them. So hip number one. We went through the videos and stuff last night, but this is Easy Skip a Cash, registered 8-year-old AQHA gelding. It's one of our own that we've got in the sale. He goes back to Dash for Cash. And some of that speed, Easy Jet, and some of the speeds, got some cow breeding in there as well. He's a big, solid, nice gelding, sitting at $5,500. Next bid would be $6,000. He'll be the first horse to close here in about 22 minutes, as you can see here on the screen. He's just a big, solid, nice gelding. He really would fit most riders. We've got him listed as average rider, largely because of his size. He could intimidate somebody from size if they're not used to that. But big, solid. We've talked to several people about him today. He's going to make somebody a nice horse. Moving to hip number two. This is one that surprised me. Snack Box is at $37.50. I talked last night in the preview. These horses that are this size, this 13 to 14 hand, they're hard to find, and boy, they're worth their weight in gold. Your youth, your kids can go ride them. And get out and do on them, but a small adult could still ride them. They got some athletic. He's a good-looking little horse. He's only 11 years old. He's got a lot of life. Just surprises me that this horse isn't higher than what he is. We've seen some of these horses sell well over 10 grand in our sales over the last few years. Somebody really ought to be paying attention there. That's a bargain for that little horse at that price. Moving to hip number three. This is one of our ponies. This is Thunder, sitting at $1,500. Again, a bargain. And when you're looking for something that's safe, can take care of your kids and that size and be a learner, these are great little horses. And, we'll teach them all they need to know. It's just 5. He's got a ton of life ahead of him. I haven't seen anything in this $1,500 range for ponies for a long, long time, so there's another bargain. Hip number 4 is Snowball. This is one we talked about last night. I talked about it on the video. I talked with Dusty quite a bit about this horse. This is just kind of a babysitter type. They've got him listed as beginner friendly. They've done a little bit of everything, gathered cows. Boy, that's just bargain priming. You go into a lot of the auction houses and the loose pens, and horses have been selling like that for the last couple of years. So I know he's older, but this is one that can really teach your youth. Going to have 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 years left in him. That's a bargain there at that price for that kind of an experienced horse that could go make a 4-H, something along those lines for you. Here's another one that kind of surprised me, sitting at $2,500, hip number 5, grade gelding. He's just 6 years old. I mentioned that I've been getting updates on this horse, and they've been riding him for the last 60 days quite a bit out there. I've just watched the progress. He's kind of flashy. He's kind of cool. Again, that's well below any market we've seen for a long time on a horse, so there's a bargain there. Hip number 6, this is another one of ours. This is Dakota. He's an 8-year-old gelding. I've talked to several people about him again today. This is just one of those horses that you can just go do just about anything on, and he's going to fit just about anybody. Again, we've got him listed as an average rider because he's a bigger horse. He's a taller horse. And, we want to be as upfront on that as we can, but this is just a good, solid, all-around gelding. We've had people calling, asking all kinds of questions about what you could do with him. He really fits just about anything. He'd make a great, awesome trail horse. He'd make a great ranch horse. He'd do well in the rope pen. He'd do well, I think, in the barrel pen. He'd be a great 4-H or little britches horse. He'd be a great ranch horse. He just is one of those that's just well-rounded. You can pull him out to go do pretty much anything. Hip number 7. This is another one that really surprises me. One of the ones from 6 Shooter Livestock. He's at $6,000. Just a good, solid, all-around 13-year-old gelding. He's seasoned. He's right in the age of his life where he's been there, done that, but got 10 years ahead of him. Good, solid gelding. He's colored up a little bit. well under the market. These horses have been selling for $9,000 to $12,000 all day long for the last 3 years. We know the market softened a little bit, but that's a bargain there at the $6,000. Somebody should be paying attention there. Here's another one from Dusty Patton up in Gooding, Idaho. We talked about last night. His kids have been riding it all over. This horse is 13. He's been used around the ranch on the barrel pen, 4-H, play days, just big, solid, nice gelding. Dusty told me how much he likes to ride this horse. He's just a good, solid, well broke, all around kind of horse. Again, that kind of horse has been selling easy in the 8 to 12 range for the last 3 years, well under that. There's another good bargain there. Here's another one of our highlights. This is Lily's Phantom, brought to us by Dry Creek Performance Horses. I talked last night that they've always brought us really great horses for this particular sale. We saw this horse in person. This is a cool Frisian cross. He's registered as a Frisian sport horse. I saw a TikTok they put out on him today, going through and jumping some jumps. Just all well-rounded English, pull a cart, riding Western, ranch. He's 4. He's got his whole life ahead of him. We've seen horses in our sale well above this $20,000 mark. We had one a few years ago sold above $40,000. Still a bargain there. Those are hard to find with that kind of experience, that kind of training. That's a nice horse, kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity there. Moving on to hip number 10. This is another one of ours. I've been kind of surprised where she's at. This is a nice, well-bred horse. She goes back to Shining Spark multiple times, Hollywood done it, Doc Bar. She goes back on the bottom side to some speed. She's one that has some cutting foundation on her. That's how she was started in the cutting pen. We've exposed her a little bit to barrels. She's athletic. She's level-headed. She's a great 3-year-old with a great disposition. She's just had a very good tune-up put on her. She's ready to go put to work. This is a nice mare with a lot of pedigree. Go ride her, use her, put her in the rope pen, take her to the barrel pen, take her back to the cutting pen. My wife was riding her a little earlier today. She just collects up nice. You could probably take her to the reining pen. Two-handed 4-H. Just about anything on this mare. She's young. She's got her whole life. She's level-headed. She's calm. This is a nice mare that somebody's going to really, really like. And for this price is a bargain. Hip number 11. This is just a nice, good, solid gelding. We watched him ride last night, sitting at $2,500. Again, we haven't seen anything in the $2,500 range in the last 3 years. You couldn't even hardly find anything in a loose pen where you're taking a big gamble at that price. So there's a bargain there. Hip number 12. This is a nice, solid, done gelding from 6-year livestock. He's 10 years old. Just good, solid. We talked last night how good they do about getting good horses out that are exposed through their desensitization program. Still, that horse a year ago was $15,000 all day long. Somebody should be paying attention. Good, nice, solid horse there. This is another one that really surprises me. This is a Gypsy Cross mare. She's just 6 years old. She's got a great video down there if you haven't watched it. This is one I mentioned last night that Kelly Cobb, it's been her personal horse up there for the last 2 to 3 years. They've had it out on the hunt camps. They've had it out moving cows. They've gathered cows. They've had it in parades. They've had her doing just everything. This is a cool, nice horse. She's got the big, long mane from the Gypsy, the long tail. She's feathered up. This is one that you can go ride and do about anything. And you could go breed her back to a Gypsy and get some 3/4 Gypsies out of her. That's a nice mare that's, if you follow the Gypsies, Gypsy crosses typically start at the 8,500 plus range and usually are over 10,000. This is a bargain right here for this mare that's got a lot of life ahead of her, but has had a lot of miles behind her. So that's one that really shocks me there. Here's another one. This is my little brother's horse, registered 12-year-old gelding. He's done. He's just come from a 60-day tune-up with a trainer that's really worked well with him. She talked about this is one of her favorite horses to ride right now. Has been. This is a good, solid gelding. He's got a great pedigree. Comes from a proven producer of rope horses. You could go take him into the rope pen. You could take him out on the ranch. He's been legged up well, ready to ride. Just a good, solid, colored up, nice registered gelding that, again, $3,000 or $4,000 under where the market's been for that kind of horse. Here's, again, another one that surprises me from 6-shooter. This a nice, good, solid. You watch the video, all around kind of a gelding. He's 14. He's seasoned. He's in the prime of his life. He's going to be safe and gentle for somebody that's got good experience. He's a good-looking horse. He's well put together. He's registered. Got a good pedigree. This really surprises me. I figured this horse would easy break $10,000. So somebody's got a bargain there as well. Here's the mare from Greg Torgerson. We talked about her last night. She's young. She's been in the breeding program, but she's gentle. Anybody can ride. 7-year-old mare. I mentioned last night the video that was taken on her. She'd been sitting in their breeding pen for 2 years unridden, and they just pulled her out and rode her that day and took the video of it. So you can see the disposition nature of her there. She's got a reining foundation. Good, solid, nice mare there that you can not only ride but have in your breeding program. This is another one that surprises me. This is a nice 3-year-old registered gelding. Rockwell has done a great job with this horse. He's been sending me videos for 3 months on him. The progress this horse has come as a 3-year-old this year. I'm telling you, this is going to be one of the most, he's still a 3-year-old, but this is one of the most seasoned 3-year-olds you're going to come across. This horse has been exposed to a lot of stuff this summer. He's legged up. He's ready to ride. He's pretty. He's registered. That horse right there, a year and a half ago, sells for $12,000 easy. That's a good-looking, solid horse with his whole life ahead of him that has way more experience than most 3-year-olds. Somebody's really missing the boat on this horse and needs to be paying attention. That is a nice horse that's got his whole life ahead of him, colored up. And boy, you could pick that horse up for that price, ride him for a year, and double your money. Somebody's missing the boat there. Here's another one that really kind of surprises me. This is a cool colored up. Another one of those 13 one-hand, hard to find kind of size. They got a good video on him. He rides good. He's flashy. He's going to get you noticed. Boy, this is one I really kind of expected this little horse to break $10,000. He's not even halfway there, barely halfway there. Somebody's missing the boat here. He's flashy. Somebody needs to pay attention there as well. We mentioned last night hip 19 was a scratch due to a lameness injury. So hip number 20, this is our little pony. I mentioned our 10-year-old daughter's been riding him all over for the last 4 months. This is one of the easiest cart driving ponies I've ever seen. You can ride him. We've had our kids all over on him. They've been doing barrels, pulls, gymkhana jumps, the bridge. Just well seasoned. If you're looking for something to teach your youth that they can go catch, saddle up, handle themselves, this is a cool little pony that is just 15 years old. Most of these ponies are going to live probably to 30, so he's still got a ton of life ahead of him. Again, I haven't seen a pony in that price range in 4 years, so somebody's missing a boat there too. And then finally, our hip number 21, this is Dorito from Cobb Family. I had quite a few people talk to me about this horse, call me about this horse. I'm surprised again. That one little short video, you can see he's got a heck of a foundation on him for a handle. They ride him bridleless in there. He's got a heck of a stop and bridleless. You couldn't pay the training to get this horse where it's at for where that's at. So again, another bargain here. I figured this horse would easy hit in the 8,000-9,000 range. Somebody's missing the ball here. He's got a clean vet report. Another good opportunity. With all of that said, I will kind of, as I scroll back through here, I think that for the most part, every horse in here, the reserves have been met. There may be one or two that's not quite there, but they're all within a couple bids or the reserves met. So if you get in and you bid, you're going to get the horses bought. And this is a good opportunity. Again, this first horse will close here in about 9 minutes. So we're going to let you go. We're going to let you watch. You will need to keep paying attention here in the software. We won't be live during it. We'll remind you that horses, if there's bidding in the last 60 seconds, it will extend that horse 2 minutes. That will not affect the time of any other horses. So make sure you're paying attention. If you're looking at multiple horses, that you can kind of rotate back and forth through there. Again, we're going to let you go. We're going to let you get on there. We will post updates on our Facebook page on how things are sold. Every 3 or 4 horses, we'll put a post up there and show what they sold for. If there is something that doesn't make a reserve, we'll put up what you can buy them for. But again, most of these horses are at or above their reserves. I think there might be one or two that's one or two bids away, but we're pretty much there. So if you're bidding tonight, you're probably going to get the horse bought. Good luck with everybody. I will remind the buyers, sellers will need to get brand inspection and health certificates on these horses. So if you're looking to pick them up, you might need to give them till Monday so that they can get the vet to write the health cert and get the brand inspector there. Some of them can get that done on Sunday, but you'll need to call the consignor and just validate that. And just understand that you might have to pick them up Monday or later. We do expect that the horses get picked up within 7 days. If you need extended time, you can call and talk to the consignors. Most will work with you, but after 7 days, they might charge you a boarding fee. Again, good luck. The first horse is going to close here in just about 8 minutes, so we'll let you go and watch that. We're looking forward to a great sale.